Hey guys, it's great to be back. If you follow my previous videos, you know that we went to like a world tour. We named it like that. But the first thing we did was when we went to Brazil at the SPO event. That's an amazing event. It's the life in Brazil. It's amazing. It's intoxicating. Let's say it like that. Um, and the knowledge of the doctors there, it blew our mind. At the conference, we had lectures that we in our booth we had lectures, and I did promise that I was gonna film those, broadcast the event, those lectures live so that people can join in. But you know how the internet on those events are, so we couldn't. But we did film them, and I'm gonna place them on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet to YouTube, you know, subscribe now so that you can have notifications whenever these lectures are gonna be placed. I'm cleaning it a little bit so the noise can be heard better, but I'm gonna be placing them next on YouTube. Uh, is in there we had like Dr. Andre. He gave amazing lectures about tooth movement, about staging, sequential movement, things like that. It was great. And Dr. Jose and Dr. Laura, they made introductions to Titan, how to use it. I did place some announcements there that you will want to see. So stay tuned on YouTube. But right after Brazil, we went here to Arizona at the MOPC event. I have to say that is a wild event, and wild is is a mild way of saying it. It's a great event. It's amazing. There were a lot of connections. Eh, it was great. It was amazing. And I'm gonna post now as well some things that we did there that you may be interested in. But right after, this was all one after another. Barely enough time to take a rest. So sorry, I got a bit like jet lag with all the movements. But right after MOPC, we flew to Harvard University, and we visited the campus. We gave a 5 hour lectures about how to use Titan, the things that are interesting in Titan for learning orthodontics, like for helping um, schools and the learning process. And Titan is being used by several universities around the world, and we're very proud of it. We think that that the software, this type of software shouldn't be just helping you to move the teeth, but also helping you learn and helping you to recognize problems so that you can do the best job easily. So we're very proud of all the things that we have been doing for education, and yeah, we're proud to be in several universities right now. I'm gonna be showing some things about Harvard later on and in general about education because we wanna show how it can be used to learn a little bit, about where to move the teeth, how the biomechanical aspects of it. We're very excited about that part. And today I want to show you one thing that is related. It's some improvements that we did to the validations. And if you know, validations is once you finish a treatment, we can run several rules, several protocols, and the term, warn you about common things. Previously, our idea is to add more and more protocols over time, and we have been getting a lot of feedback from doctors suggesting us, different protocols, different rules, things, and we have been integrating them. So thank you for the feedback. And let me show you the new things. So once you are, let's say, in the setup that you finish your movement, and forgive me, this is a case that I started moving teeth here so that they are wrong. The movement is makes no sense, but it will illustrate the validations, like the open by, things like that. So I have this. and there is some movements in this case, but let's say that I finish here. It's all wrong, so sorry about that. But let's say that I finish here. And so validations, you're able to go here, tools, and click validations, and it will open this screen. And you can click here to evaluate as well. Uh, so validations, as you see, is a set of rules, protocols that allows you um, to check common problems. And previously, so if there is a check mark like this, it means that it's okay. So in this case, the posterior separation is okay. So uh, yeah, between the upper and lower, the teeth are not separated. You know, the occlusal contacts, this is the occlusal contact. The occlusal contacts are not separated. So they are touching the right way. And that you know just by checking here that it has a check mark. But in those that has a fix, so now we added a few. So previously it was all like this, that they just can be fixed and there was not a warnings, you know, a explanation about it. But now we had that it will show you information about, yeah, who has problems, you know, occlusal collisions. There seems to be that there are some collisions between the upper and lower in there. If I go here to volume, yeah, I see that there is very hard contacts. In here, see, there's red. So there are collisions. And just by using, oh, sorry, here, ma'am. Just by looking at it, you may not quickly realize it. That's why we show you in these rules. And now you can see which, and you know, the problems, and you can even click here and select those two that have problems. So, okay, you can easily identify the problematic things. Um, and the same goes to everything. Like, so there is now information, detailed information about every single problem, so they can help you figure out what's wrong and you know why, and then you can fix it. Some things are fixable, like in this case, the crowding. We can fix it, and it will try to adjust the teeth. But there are some things that we don't have a way to fix it yet. We're gonna be working on that next, and this is gonna show like this. But let me show you the new rules because there is quite a few new rules here. So uh, here, sequential mesial distal on groups needs mesial distal movements on groups need sequentials, some sequentiation. So let's say that you have, like in here, I am moving all these teeth here, and that movement by itself is very hard to be done if there is a straight like this. So we suggest here, like, yeah, it needs sequential movement. So maybe the one molar move first and the next, or two at a time. You know, there is a lot of ways to do this, but it needs something. It may also be that it needs an elastic. And if you have an elastic, you know, we recognize that as well. Then there is in the setup section, we added this section altogether. There is alignment, like vertical alignment. It means that the teeth need to be, you know, aligned. Um, like in this case, we have, let's see. So you see the canine here is very low compared to the other one. In general is a little bit, but over here there is some problems. And on the top, you also have problems like that. Like over here, they are not aligned. So that's why when you select, it checks them all. Over here, these ones are not aligned. This canine is very high compared to the other. So it's warning you about those things. Here is another one that we did as well. Like the midlines, upper and lower in this case, are not aligned. So it's warning you about that. And it's telling you that it's 1 millimeter to the right of the lower midline. So that you know how much you can move and things. Uh, Crowding, it will tell you, hey, the required space, you know, the summing all of the teeth width is 108 millimeters, but the available space, the arch length is only 101, so you have a 6.6 millimeter on the upper. So it's not a big crowding, but you can improve it a little bit so that rotate things and align it better. Uh, Extra spaces, like these residual spaces, like this one, residual spaces is telling you that yeah, that they are spaces that may need to be corrected. Is optional, but it tells you how much, and it tells you even how much, if you correct those spaces, how much in total you're gonna gain. Uh, you're gonna reduce the arch. In this case, 2 millimeters on the 0.2 and 6 millimeter on the back on the lower because there is a big opening there. Uh, it's gonna also whenever IPR is too big, like in that in that regions over here, like here in that one, it's telling me that it's 0.7 of IPR. That's too much IPR. I mean, you have to evaluate if that's right for you, but anything higher than 0.5 for us, we're flagging it. So another way. The open bite, this will detect whenever there is an open bite or a deep bite and warn you about that. So in this case, there is a 2.1 millimeters of open bite in here. Um, there is also the overjet that it needs to be between 2 and 4 millimeters. So whenever it's not, we warn you. And in this case, it's 0.7 millimeters. So it's not in the 2 to 4 range. Uh, Occlusal contacts, we already had that from the previous version, and the attachments and the models. In general, these are a few rules that we're gonna keep adding more and more rules, and most of them right now are fixable. Like it will detect, and if you click, it will fix them for you, like the alignment, things like that. And there's some that are still we're still working on it, but we're gonna go, we're, we're gonna go that route, like trying to improve and to tell you all the problems, helping you fixing them if you need. So in here you can fix all to correct everything, or you can go one by one and maybe do fixing. Sorry, I have to be at the end. See, it will fix the vertical alignment. So you have those options to fix things. I hope this helped you. And if you have new protocols that you want us to add, or rules, things like that, send it to us. We love this feedback. And we think that this is crucial because doctors, they need to go over treatments, do a good job, but they have most of the time they have a lot of cases that they need to complete. And this is another extra step in ensuring them that the treatment is valid. Is most of the common things, there are no problems for that treatment. So it helps quality assurance. So I hope you like it. Let me know what you think and send me any new, rule protocol that you like to be included. And especially remember, subscribe to YouTube so that you get the lectures that we gave at these events. Have a good one.